गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं सागजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रिये नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गोरतिशे नमः नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् ॐ अपवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष स्वाभाव्यभ्यन्तरं शुचे श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Lilananda Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Hare Krishna Subhara Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Thank you so much. Muridhar Prabhu. Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna, and thank you for conducting the class.
Yes, sir. Hare Krishna Satyadev Prabhu, Dandavad Pranam. Thank you so much.
Hare Prabhu Dandavat Pranam.
Hope you all enjoyed the show, Mahavatar Narasimha Swami yesterday's.
Yes,
Right.
Prabhuji, amazing.
It was an amazing treat to watch, especially the title is Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Seeing the big names on the silver screen is giving little goosebumps. So if anybody have not watched, please do it. Hare Krishna. We'll start the session. So today we are going to start the chapter 11. King Indra. Sorry. So King Indra annihilates the demons. So now we'll start with the text number 1. Sri Sukhamuvacha Atosura Pratyupalabdha parasya pumsa parayunukampaya jagnurbrashyam sakara samiranadasya tamastanrane yar abhismata pura. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sukadev Goswami said, thereafter, by the supreme grace of the supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Hari, all the demigods headed by Indra and Vayu were brought back to life. Being enlivened, the demigods began severely beating the very same demons who had defeated them before. So there are no translation purports for many of these slokas in this chapter, and we have the purport in text number 7. So any devotee would like to volunteer to read text number 2 till text number 7, including the purport? Only the translation and purport. Anyone would volunteer? Yes, yes, Prabhu. Giriraj Prabhu, yeah.
Yes. Slogan కూడా చదవమంటారా?
Yes, Prabhu. You can. It is comfortable for you.
వైరోచనాయ సంరబ్ధో భగవాన్ పాకశాసనః ఉదయాచ్చాద్ యదా వజ్రం ప్రజాహాహేతి చుక్షుః. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Then the most powerful Indra became angry and took his thunderbolt in hand to kill Maharaja Bali. The demons began lamenting, "Alas, alas." Text 3. Text 3. Vajrapanistam ahedam tiraskritya purasthitam manasvinam susampannam vicharantam mahamrute. Sober and tolerant and well equipped with paraphernalia for fighting, Bali Maharaja moved before Indra on the great battlefield. King Indra, who always carries the thunderbolt in his hand, rebuked Bali Maharaja as follows. Text 4. Natavan Natavanmudha Mayabir Mayeshano Jikisasi Jitva Balan Nibaddakshan Nato Harati Tadhanam. Indra said, O rascal, as a cheater sometimes binds the eyes of a child and takes away his possessions, you are trying to defeat us by displaying some mystic power, although you know that we are the masters of all such mystic powers. Text 5. Arukshant
Please continue, bro.
Arukshanti Mayabhir Utsishanti Ye Divam Tandashayun Vidunonya Ajnan Purvasmacha Padaba Padadaha Padadaha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Those fools and rascals who want to ascend to the upper planetary system by mystic power or mechanical means, or who endeavor for cross even the upper planets and achieve the spiritual world or liberation, I cause to be sent to the lowest region of the universe. Purport. Sadhana, bro, purport.
Let's say the intro. Till text number 7, or we'll continue, bro.
Acha, okay. There are undoubtedly different planetary systems for different persons. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 14.18, Urdhvam Gachanti Sattvastaha. Persons in the mode of goodness can go to upper planets. Those in the modes of darkness and passion, however, are not allowed to enter the higher planetary systems, higher planets. The word Divam refers to the higher planetary system known as Svargaloka. Indra, the king of the higher planetary system, has the power to push down uh, any conditioned soul attempting to go from the lower to the higher planets without proper qualifications. The modern attempt to go to the moon is also an attempt by inferior men to go to Swargaloka by artificial, mechanical means. This attempt cannot be successful. From this statement of Indra, it appears that anyone attempting to go to the higher planetary systems by mechanical means, which are here called Maya, is condemned to go to the hellish planets in the lower portion of the universe. To go to the higher planetary system, one needs sufficient good qualities. A sinful person situated in the mode of ignorance and addicted to drinking, meat eating, and illicit sex will never enter the higher planets by mechanical means. Yes, text 6. Soham durmayinastedya vajrena sataparvana siroharishe mandatman gata swagyati bhisaha. Today, with my thunderbolt, which has hundreds of sharp edges, I, the same powerful person, shall sever your head from your body. Although you can produce so much jugglery through illusion, you are endowed with a poor fund of knowledge. Now try to exist on this battlefield with your relatives and friends. ఇంతేనా ప్రభు ఇంకా చదవలేదు
I don't know, text number 7. This is our
ఓకే
point of discussion.
థ్యాంక్ యూ టెక్స్ట్ 7 శ్రీ బలీర్ ఉవాచ సంగ్రామే వర్తమానానాం కాలాచోదిత కర్మణాం కీర్తిర్జయో జయో మృత్యు బాగుంది వర్డ్ కీర్తిర్జయో జయో మృత్యు సర్వేషాం స్యోర్ అనుక్రమాత్. Translation and purpose of Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Bali Maharaja replied, all those present on this battlefield are certainly under the influence of eternal time, and according to their prescribed activities, they are destined to receive fame, victory, defeat, and death. one after another. Purport. If one is victorious on the battlefield, he becomes famous. And if one is not victorious, but he is defeated, he may die. Both victory and defeat are possible, whether on such a battlefield as this, or on the battlefield of the struggle for existence. Everything takes place according to the laws of nature. Prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. Since everyone, without exception, is subject to the modes of material nature. Since everyone, without exception, is subjected to the modes of material nature. Whether one is victorious or defeated, he is not independent, but he is under the controller of material nature. Bali Maharaja, therefore, was very sensible. He knew that the fighting was arranged by eternal time and that under time's influence, one must accept the results of one's own activities. Very important statement, Prabhu. Under time's influence, one must accept the results of one's own activities. Therefore, even though Indra threatened that he would now kill Bali Maharaja by releasing the thunderbolt, Bali Maharaja was not at all afraid. This is the spirit of a Kshatriya. Yuddhe Chapya Apalayanam. Bhagavad Gita 18.43. A Kshatriya must be tolerant in all circumstances, especially on the battlefield. Thus, Bali Maharaja asserted that he was not at all afraid of death, although he was threatened by such a great personality as the King of Heaven, Indradev. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So, to prepare for this class, I was hearing about different lectures. So, in one of the lectures, His Grace Radha Gopinath Prabhu was explaining about the importance of acharyas, especially here. So, Bali Maharaj, as we all know, he is a Mahajan. So, among the 12 Mahajans, Bali Maharaj is one of them. So, through Mahajans, Krishna lets us know what, through their own example, Krishna teaches us what should we do and what we should not do. So similarly, Radha Gopinath Prabhu was explaining about Madhvacharya. So who established the Udupi temple? So one day, a merchant ship was going from I think from the place of Gujarat. It is coming over this place in the region of Udupi. So in the merchant ship, but due to certain climatic reasons, there was a severe storm over there, and this merchant ship was not able to navigate properly. So that merchant is under very huge, tremendous pressure. How do I cross this thunderstorms? At that time, Madhvacharya appeared there, and just he waved the chadar. He took out his chadar out and he waved this chadar like this. Suddenly, the entire merchant ship got stabilized. It was wobbling like this because of load and that thunderstorm. But because of this wave of the Madhvacharya, so that the merchant ship got stabilized, and slowly it came to the place called Udupi. So, because of this help by Madhvacharya, this merchant wanted to help Madhvacharya. He asked, "What can I do for you? How can I help you? I do not know. You mystically saved my life." And Madhvacharya asked, "You seem to be coming from Gujarat. So I think you might be carrying some Gopi Chandan. I mean, looking for after Gopi Chandan." So Madhvacharya was on a journey to get the Gopi Chandan at the time. So this merchant says, "I do not know about this Gopi Chandan or whatever thing. Yes, you are right, but I am coming from Gujarat. So there is a huge load in my ship. So I kept the huge load on one side. But to balance my ship, I took some lump of clay from the Gujarat and kept it in my merchant ship so that my ship gets stabilized because of the weight. So please see if this clay is useful for you. This is what you are asking for." So Madhvacharya inspects and says, "Yes, this is the clay I want." So Madhvacharya asks, "Give me all the clay which you have in the ship." So the merchant hands over the entire clay. So when Madhvacharya opened and when dug and inside the lump of clay, he got a beautiful form of Krishna. So standing like this, what we see today in the Udupi temple. So this is the form of Krishna which Rohini Devi was willing to worship by staying in the Dwarka. This is a form of deity. So here Radha Gopinath Prabhu was explaining that. So acharyas are like this. So from a lump of clay, Madhvacharya brought Krishna out. Similarly, this is also a lump of clay. This body is also a lump of clay. By their own actions, they dig inside our heart and bring Krishna out of that. They manifest Krishna out of this lump of clay. Otherwise, this lump of clay is useless. So, we all have to take the shelter of Madhvacharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and all the Mahajans like Bali Maharaj. So, as you all know, in the Kurukshetra war, so he used Bhishma to say that even if you are on the wrong side, even if you are powerful, if you are on the wrong side, you are not going to win the war, whether you have Ichamriti or not. When Krishna is on one side, that is they are going to be victorious. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudhara, Tatra Shri Vijayar Bhute Droha Nitin Matirmava. This sloka he wanted to explain through Bhishma Dev. Similarly, through Bali Maharaj, in this particular 16 slokas, Krishna wanted to explain something else, and we will discuss what Prabhupada is going to say to all of us through Bali Maharaj. So this is a second incident where we are seeing two devotees. Of course, one is a materialistic devotee, Indra, and other is a pure devotee. So earlier we have seen how Indra fought with the Vritrasura and how he got counseled through Vritrasura's discussion. Vritrasura was a great devotee. And now Indra is in direct collision with the Bali Maharaj. He is another second devotee. So although Bali Maharaj is on the side of a Rakshasa, Asuras, still he is a devotee. And what Bali Maharaj is going to tell to all of us and what are we going to learn is what we will see in this 6-7 slokas. So here, what is Indra saying here? Those fools and rascals who want to ascend to the upper planetary system by mystic power or mechanical means, or who endeavor to cross even the upper planets and achieve the supreme world or liberation, I cause to be sent to the lowest region of the universe. So in the purport, it is mentioned that persons in the mode of goodness can go to the upper planetary systems. Those in the mode of darkness and passion, however, are not allowed to enter the higher planetary systems. So in Bhagavad Gita, in the three modes of material nature, I think three modes, and in the 14th chapter, which was mentioned about the Rajoguna, Sattva and Tamoguna, and what is the destination of the people who die in these particular gunas. So we see when we die in the Sattva Guna, we go to the upper planetary system. If you are dying in the Rajoguna, you will be in the middle planetary system. And if you die in the Tamoguna, you will go into the lower planetary system. This is what Krishna is explaining. So based on that, that is our qualification. If you want to go to the higher planetary system, we should be at least in the Sattva Guna. Of course, Krishna says. So Krishna, Arjuna, you have to go beyond these three modes of material nature. But the qualification to enter to the higher planetary system is we have to be constantly in the mode of Sattva-guna. So if Krishna goes on to explain in the Bhagavad Gita what are the characteristics of a Sattva-guna people, how we should be, what kind of food we have to take. So all those details also is given. And when we act according to that, we will be in the Sattva-guna and we will promote it to the higher planetary system. In this purport, Srila Prabhupada directly challenges the scientific advancement at that point of time. So when Prabhupada was in the Western countries, people were targeting to go to the moon, and USA was successful in, at least by on the records, they were successful going to the moon planet. And here His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada is directly challenging. No one can, in the modern attempt, to go to the moon is also an attempt by inferior man to go to the Sargaloka by artificial mechanical means. this attempt cannot be successful. So Prabhupada is clearly saying we cannot go to the planetary moon. So, but you can say I can see the images coming over from the planet to here. God knows whether we are struck on the asteroid. But according to Vedic science, moon is much farther than the sun. So relatively, when you see, moon is farther from the sun, and comes the earth and comes the other planetary systems. So naturally, it is very difficult to enter the surface of the moon. Even if you enter the surface of the moon, we what we can see, it's only the lump of clay which we can see. Otherwise, there is another. We cannot see any living entities over there. From this statement of Indra, it appears that anyone attempting to go to the higher planetary system by mechanical means, which are here called Maya, is condemned to go to the hellish planets in the lower portion of the universe. So it is like childish play. So we think that we are going to the higher planetary system, but no. Just like when you go to the when you fly in the airplane, can we stay at that point continuously? No. So at one point of time, we have to come to this ground again. Similarly, but even if you go to the higher planetary system by artificial means, first of all, it is not possible. Secondly, even if you go into the artificially try to go to that place, you have to come back to this world again. So we are not, our bodies are not situated so suitable for to stay on the moon or sun, other extraterrestrial planets. So naturally, we have to depend on our Mother Earth only. So we have to come from here only. So in one of the, I think in just it's a material example. In one of the interviews, small interviews between and Jack Ma and Elon Musk, there is a small conversation. So Jack Ma challenges Elon Musk. You are all worried about going to Mars, going to the moon, etc. That's good. But I am worried about how can I make this planet Earth suitable for all of us. That was the statement. You may how much scientific you may go. So you are exploring other planetary systems. You are going to the habitant of the Mars. But if we are destroying our own home, Mother Earth, what are we going to do in the Mars? We'll do the same thing. We'll do the same rubbish. So first thing is we have to clean our mind. When we clean our mind, we can make even this planet Earth Vaikuntha as well. So to go to the higher planet, one needs sufficient good qualities. A sinful person situated in the mode of ignorance and addicted to drinking, meat eating, illicit sex will never ever enter the higher planetary system by any other mechanical means. Forget about going out of this material universe. So you cannot go out of this and stay situated in the other planet. Forget about going outside and seeing what is there in the Vaikuntha planets. So in one of the chapters of the Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, this material creation, whatever Anda you are seeing, Brahmanda you are seeing, we are seeing right now, is like a one mustard in a bag of mustard seeds. A small mustard in a bag of mustard. This is our Brahmanda. And this all Brahmandas together is called material world, which is 1/4 of the creation. And 3/4 of the creation is in the Vaikuntha. And if we are not properly crossing even one portion inside this mustard, how are we going to cross this, all the mustards, and go into the Vaikuntha by our own means? It is impossible. Devi gunamai mamamaya duratteya. So this my energy of Maya is very strong. Even if you try to go by your means, you cannot go. Then how can I go? Only by surrender to me. Maya dakshina prakriti suyata characharam. So she is working under me. If you surrender unto me, then only you can cross this material ocean. There is no other scope. So that is what Acharyas are explaining over in this shloka. So if you go into the text number 7, where our Bali Maharaj replies to Indra. So he's a Mahajan, he's a devotee, and whatever he speaks is authentic from Bhagavatam. So what is Bali Maharaj is replying over here? All those present on this battlefield are certainly under the influence of eternal time. Why Bali Maharaj is saying this? Because here Indra is artificially puffed up. Indra is puffed up over here, and he is thinking that he is the doer. So if anyone is coming to occupy my space, I'm going to throw them into this lower planetary systems. It is by my own energy I am doing it. This is what Indra was explaining, was claiming there. And Balimara was saying, no, you are not the doer. You are thinking that you are the doer. Everyone are influenced under the eternal influence of the time. And according to this their prescribed activities, they are destined to receive fame, victory, defeat, and death, one after the other. See what a great statement Bali Maharaj is making. So you may think, oh, he is a demon, he is an asura, but he is acting as an asura. His swadharma is to be an asura, but his and eternal duty is a servant of the Lord. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to Arjuna that we all have two duties, right? One is Swadharma and other is Sanatana Dharma. So we have to do our Swadharma as well. So being a Gruhasthas, being in responsible positions in the family, in the society, we all have responsibility towards our society, our family. We have taken up the responsibilities and we have to execute the responsibilities. At the same time, we have to do our own Sanatana Dharma, which is the chanting of the holy names, association with the devotees, and all the devotional activities. So here, Bali Maharaj Swadharma is to support the demons, but internally his duty is to worship Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he's saying, oh, Indra, you are also in the eternal time. You are also bound by these three modes of material nature by the time. And by the time only we are going to all get fame, victory, defeat, and defeat. So that's what in 2.14 of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Matra sparsastu kaunteya sitoshna sukhadukkada agamapayina nityascha tamatidikshava bharata. Matra sparsastu kaunteya sitoshna. So this duality, sita, ushna, mana, apamana, all these things are caused because of our association with this material modes of nature. So the soul doesn't know. The soul is always Satchidananda, is always eternally part and parcels of the Krishna. So it is coming from the spiritual, it has fallen from the spiritual world. Because of the association with these three modes of the material nature, we are feeling that this duality exists. We have to tolerate. We have to tolerate the fame, we have to tolerate the victory, we have to tolerate the defeat, we have to tolerate the death. So all these are going to come according to our own karmas. So all the karma siddhanta which you all know. If one is victorious on the battlefield, he becomes famous. And if one is not victorious but is defeated, he may die. So victory and defeat are coming as a part of when a Kshatriya fights within the two Kshatriyas, and one is going to be victorious, another is going to be defeated. Whether one is going to get defeat or victorious, they are all going to hell. Sorry, heaven. Which that is what Krishna says to Arjuna, right? So Arjuna says, I cannot fight. I get the papa. I get the sin. For that, Krishna is saying, so those who die even in the battlefield before me, in this Dharmakshetra, Kurukshetra, they are going to be victorious because they are going to the higher planetary system. Even that is also victory. So if you see, how did this war happen between two devotees? Whatever may be, even if Indra is a materialistic devotee, he is a devotee, right? So whenever there is a problem, in the last class we have seen, in the 10th chapter, we have seen when the Devatas ultimately had a problem, they went to their Guru Brahma, and in turn they went to Vishnu. So this is the nature of a devotee. So how these two devotees come into this war situation? So if you see, any war happens because of the egos, right? Sometimes because of the materialistic tendencies, egos raises. So it is the ego of the Indra that caused this war. And because he did not properly respect Durvasa Muni. So there, the fall down of Indra has happened. So in Durvasa gave a garland to Indra. It was Indra disrespected the garland given to Airavata, which Airavata trampled upon. So there, the entire fall down has happened. As you all know, Devatas became weak because of disrespect to their guru, and demons got their strength because their respect towards their guru is increased by of the Sukracharya. And demons conquered over the Devatas. And the Devatas, let me share already. So Devatas went to Vishnu for help. So there, what Vishnu is explaining, although we have learnt about this, let's have a recap, which because it is helpful here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Vishnu said, not only to Devatas, to all of us, because all the devotees are also embodiment of the Devatas. So through them, Vishnu is speaking to all of us. It is applicable to all of us. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and other demigods, please hear me with great attention, for what I say will bring good fortune for all of you. So all these instructions till 25 slokas are all equally applicable to all of us. So what are the instructions? As long as you are not flourishing, you should make a truce with the demons and asuras who are now being favored by the time. So what is Vishnu saying? You have to make a truce. Have to make a friendship. This is what Vishnu is explaining. Today, now the time is with the demons. Because of your fault, the time is not on your side, but now the time is on the demon side. Because they are on the higher side, have a friendship with them, have an agreement with the time. So with whom? Demons and asuras. So how is it applicable to all of us? We are not flourishing as of now. So we, the souls, are not flourishing as of now. So we have fallen in this material ocean. Somehow or the other, we have left the lotus feet of Krishna and fallen into this material world. And naturally, a time is not time. Of course, time is always in the side of devotees. But if you see the soul falling onto this material world, it has lost its power because of some problem. In like the Devatas has lost their luster, we also have lost the luster over here and fallen there. And now Maya has a time. So we are in this material body. What we have? We have the mind. Whatever form we take, any living entity, right from the worm till the Brahma, we get a body and we also get a mind. And this mind, Krishna says, is your friend or your enemy. Presently, this our mind is not willing to chant the holy names, not willing to follow the path of bhakti. So it is on the side of demons. Now that our mind is a demon or an asura. So we have to make friendship with our mind. So we have to make friendship with our mind. That's what Krishna is also explaining. This is the nature of the mind, who are now being favored by the time. Our mind is being favored right now. So if we are given a chance, we will we'll stop all this bhakti. Of course, it's not, you are all doing very nice services, but I'm talking about to myself. If I am given a chance, I may stop this bhakti. So that's why I'm trying to seek all of your blessings so that I will not go beyond, I will not fall into the Maya. Just like yesterday in the movie, we see Prahlad asks to Vishnu, please give me a boon so that I can remember all of you, all your lotus face. So I'm taking all of your associations. Please bless me that I don't forget the lotus feet of Vishnu. So this mind is like a demon. So we have to make friendship of it. So in the Shastras, so you see, we all have this ego, mind, intelligence, and ego, right? So mind is closer to the ego, and mind and intelligence is closer to the mind. This is what is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. So if you look at it a different perspective, So mind is an eternal servant of this false ego. Mind is an eternal, like in a Bahubali, like Katappa. If you see Katappa, he is an ardent devotee of the kingdom there, isn't it? So like that, mind is an eternal servant of the false ego. So what happens? This false ego has kept the mind as a security guard. Sometimes we put it as a security guard, right? Sometimes you put CC cameras. We have some watchmen. Why do you put the watchman for that? So if anything is not favorable to me, the watchman has to stop. If anything is favorable to me, then only watchman will allow you, isn't it? So in all of our gated communities, what you'll do, you'll give a code. So you'll generate a code and you share it in the WhatsApp group. Whoever has this code are allowed to go inside. If you don't have a code, the security stops there and says, "Who are you? Where have you come from?" I say, This flat I am going to go." So he raises a request and you get a request and you approve it. If you don't approve it, what will the security do? No, he is not allowed. So security stops there. Similarly, mind is acting like as a security guard, the false ego. So this mind is screening what is favorable for my false ego. This mind is allowing it to us. What is unfavorable to false ego, mind is not allowing. Today, what is not favorable for our false ego? Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge, the chanting of the holy names. This false ego is saying, no, you are not supposed to chant this morning. Today is Sunday. Already Monday to Saturday, you have labored for so long. You are exhausted. Sleep extra hours. Don't chant today. You don't chant the holy names. Don't read this Bhagavatam. Don't he come to the class. This is what false ego is saying. And the mind is saying, yes, I will make sure that you will not hear the Bhagavatam. You will not do the chanting of the holy names. This is what is happening. Oh demigods, fulfilling our own in one's own interest is so important that one may even have to make a truce with our one's enemies. Demons say, yes, you have to regain your strength. So for that, you have to take the help of the demons as well. For the sake of one's self-interest, one has to act according to the logic of the snake and the mouse. Similarly, we all have to talk to our mind. So the soul has a requirement. We are all suffering in this material world. Janmam, Ritu, Jara, Vyadhi, this is going on and on and on. And we have to go beyond this material world. So for that, what you have to do? You have to make our friendship with our mind. So when we have friendship with a watchman or a security guard, so next time when you come, what will the watchman says? Salam, sir. Namaste. Thank you so much. So you are a friend of our ego. So we have to make friendship with our mind so that this habit of chanting of the holy names, the attending of the classes, all this comes slowly. So day one, mind will stop, but somehow you have to make the friendship. So if you, I think many of you have read the book by Japa by Burijan Prabhu, isn't it? So where he explains about how to chant, where different techniques. It's not a technique. His experiences of chanting of the holy names. So in one of the things Burijan Prabhu was saying that Brahmabhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati, isn't it? Sama sarveshu bhakte lavate param, isn't it? Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Sochati Na Kankshati. So what should we do? So in the state of Brahma Bhuta, what is the soul doing? Na Sochati Na Kankshati. It is not thinking about the past. It is not no lamentation and no hankering. So when we have no lamentation of the past, no hankering of the future, at that situation, you are in Brahmabhuta Prasannatma. That is a peaceful state. So, but what is the mind doing? Mind is saying, "Oh, I have lost this." We are worried about the past. So something horrible, yes, we all have done. So in the past, we think, "Oh, what a horrible thing I have done. I should not have done. If I had not done, I would be in a better situation. Isn't it? So we all lament for the past. And if you don't have lamentation for the past, what will the mind do? It will hanker the future. Oh, this devotee has so many things. This person has so many things. I also need that. I am hankering for that. So mind is always thinking for the lamenting for the past or hankering for the future. Similarly, when we chant the holy names, so we are chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So we are chanting our japa. Sometimes what will happen? We'll start drowsing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. We'll start sleeping. Isn't it? We all experienced, right? So mind says, you did not chant the past round properly. You have already slept. Half of your 8 rounds you have slept. Now 8 rounds are there. What quality rounds are you expecting in the future? So mind is saying it is always lamenting for the past. Anyway, you did not do japa properly. Now also you cannot do it. Stop doing it. Isn't it? Or sometimes, okay, you will may say 8 rounds I have done wrongly. Now 8 rounds, let me concentrate. So there are 8 rounds. Each round takes around 7 minutes. 7 into so calculations we do it, isn't it? So one round takes 7 minutes, and 8 rounds into 7 is 56, around one hour. So I will stay for 1 hour. So we'll start calculating, isn't it? So now what is the mind doing? It is hankering for the future. So you have one more hour to do. This all the 8 rounds I have to do very nicely. Of course, yes, we have to do it. Acharya says our goal is not 16 rounds. Our goal is attentive 16 rounds. Yes, that is our goal. But to attain that, Purijana Prabhu says you have to chant the current mantra nicely. This current mantra, this current bead is only what we have it right now. Already 8 rounds have gone. You cannot take it back. Na so chati. But in the future, 8 rounds are going to come. Na kankshati. Yes, I will do. It will happen. But let me focus on the current bead. That is what Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. So when we start concentrating on the current bead, then we will be in the peaceful. And he says, so when we start doing this, of course, it will take some time for all of us. I'm trying to practice it, but still now I have not even, I don't know whether I have started or not, but I'm trying to do it, the same situation. So we do not know when the 16 hours is completed. So 1 hour 45 minutes on dot, one hours, 1 hour 32, 1 hour 40 minutes, the entire 16 hours gets completed, and you even don't know when you have completed it. Yes. So the provided we do other, there are other rules he also mentioned. Wake up early in the morning, all those things. Also, these two things, all things come into picture. But my thing is, we have to tell the mind, please just let me do this current beads properly. Rest beads I will give it to you. This is how we make friendship with our mind. So immediately endeavor to produce the nectar, which a person who is about to die may drink to become immortal. So why are these devatas and demons fighting for that? Amrita. So when you get Amrita, there is no death. But in Krishna, but when Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "Ah Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punar Avartina Arjuna." So whether you are in the higher planetary system, the Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi is going to happen. And what Amrita is they are going to take. So here Acharyas explain, when you make friendship with our mind and do this chanting of the holy names, so we are going to get Bhakti Rasa Amrita. That's why Rupa Goswami has mentioned about Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So one drop of Bhakti Rasamrita is enough to drown all the planetary systems in the love of Krishna. One drop is enough. That's why it's called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So we are also striving for that Amrita, Bhakti Rasamrita. Naturally, we become the immortal. Means our true nature of the soul never dies. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. The body falls, but the soul never falls. This soul comes into immortality, and we are all established in the lotus feet of Krishna. My dear demigods, with patience and peace, everything can be done. But if one is agitated by anger, the goal is not achieved. Vishnu is saying. So to make friendship with Krishna, Vishnu, with the non-devotees, sometimes we have to work with the non-devotees, we have to work with our mind, is not so easy. There are certain problems going to come. And with patience and peace, everything can be done. So tolerance, tam titikshava bharata, patience and tolerance, peace, everything can be done. But if one is agitated by anger, the goal is sometimes because of our lack of concentration. Today I wanted to chant, but I could not chant. In the anger, what we'll do? Tomorrow onwards, I am not going to chant. Anyway, nothing is going to happen. So I came into bhakti so that my problems get finished. But when I came to satsang, I see so many problems in me. So right. So when we start chanting the holy names, we see so many bad qualities. Of course, bad qualities in me, we try to pose it on the devotees, isn't it? We say this Prabhuji is not doing like this, Mataji is not doing like this, one should have done like this is how we have to serve. So we hear this. It is not the problem in that devotee, it is a problem in us, in me. So we are looking in the yellow glass or green glass or red glass. Because when we are chanting the holy names, something are coming out. Some negatives are coming out. And because of the negatives, we are seeing other devotees in a wrong way. Whatever the demons ask, agree for the proposal. A poison known as Kalakuta will be generated from the ocean. So this Samudra Manthan is going inside our heart. A manthan between our mind and our intelligence is going, and the soul is going. So this mantana is the chanting of the holy names, all those services which you are doing. This deep in our heart, the heart is being churned. So what is happening when our heart is churned? Slowly the poisons are coming. We all are carrying poisons in our heart from life and life and life. These poisons are anarthas. These anarthas are coming up. And if we see these anarthas, we may get angry, agitated also. So we have to be tolerant, peaceful to all us as well. Don't be greedy and when various products are churned from the ocean, you should not be greedy for them and anxious to obtain them, nor should you be angry. So when we are chanting, when we are doing these services, we are going to get name, fame also as well. Isn't it? So we should not be anxious, greedy for that name, fame for our own self. So we should be greedy to bring name to ISKCON, to name to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Our own self glory should not matter. The glory of Prabhupada is what matters. So this is what Vishnu is saying. So we have to make friendship with our mind. So for that, we have to train our mind always to be in Krishna conscious. Bhajahure mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Charanarvindare. We have to train our mind so that it always chants the remember. So rest everything, victories and not defeats always naturally come, whether you are devotee or non-devotee. This is going to come and go. Both victory and defeat are possible whether one on such battlefield on this or on the battlefield of the struggle for existence. There is a battle for struggle for existence. Victory and defeat are going to come. And this is in the control of the law of the nature. Prakriti kriyamanani gune karmani sarvasha. Since everyone without exception is subject to the modes of material nature, whether one is victorious or defeated, he is not independent, but is we are all under the control of the material nature. So Bali Maharaj, therefore, was very sensible. He knew that the fighting was arranged by eternal time, and under the time's influence, one must accept that. So do your duty, leave the rest to the Krishna. Karmanyevadhikarasti ma phaleshu kadachana. This is the most abused sloka, I think, in the entire thing. So you have to do our duty. Yes, both Swadharma and Sanatana Dharma, and the results are going to be given by Krishna. This is the spirit of a Kshatriya. Kshatriya must be tolerant in all circumstances, especially on the battlefield. So this, in the Bhagavad Gita 13th chapter, Kshetra Kshetrajna. So this is a field of activity, battlefield. The soul is fighting a battle, and the soul has to be tolerant. Thus, Bali Maharaj accepted that he was not at all afraid of the death, although he was threatened by such a great personality as King of Heaven. Swalpamapi asya trayato mahato paya. When we do small service in this in endeavor, we can our fear of death gradually decreases. Of course, we all have the fear of death. The by way of how much we are surrendering to Krishna, that much we are unafraid of. Did Prahlad Maharaj afraid of death? We have seen, right? He was not afraid of death because he is constantly under the protection of Vishnu. He knows he is completely surrendered. And we also have to be surrendered. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Whatever situation we are in, we are put in, we all have to the chant of the holy name. Sankirtanam only is going to happen. Text number 8. Anyone would like to volunteer for translation and purport of text number 8? Any volunteers? Yes, Madhvi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah, translation. Seeing the moments of time, those who are cognizant of the real truth neither rejoice nor lament for different circumstances. Therefore, because you are jubilant due to your victory, you should be considered not very learned. Forward. Bali Maharaja knew that Indra, king of heaven, was extremely powerful, certainly more powerful than he himself. Nonetheless, Bali Maharaja challenged Indra by saying that Indra was not a very learned person. In Bhagavad Gita 2.11, Krishna rebuked Arjuna by saying, Ashochiyan Anvasochas Tvam Pragnya Vadancha Bhasase Gatashun Agatsa Sumcha Jnana Sochanti Panditaha. While speaking alone, what's your morning for who is lamenting on the dead? Thus, as Krishna challenged Arjuna by that he are a lone person, Bali Maharaja also challenged in the states. In this material world, everything happens under the influence of time. Consequently, for a learned person who sees how things are in place, so we are happy because of the waves of material nature. All since we be carried away by these waves, what's the meaning of being jubilant or morose? One who is fully conversant with the laws of nature is never jubilant or morose because of nature's activities. In Bhagavad Gita 2.14, Krishna advises that one be tolerant. Tamsa tiktitva bharata. Following ways of Krishna, one should not be morose or happy because of circumstantial things. This is the symptom of a devotee. A devotee carries out his Krishna consciousness and is never unhappy in awkward circumstances. He has full faith that in such circumstances, Krishna protects his devotees. Therefore, a devotee never deviates from his prescribed duty of devotional service. The material qualities of jubilation and morosenses are, are present even in the demigods, who are very highly situated in the upper planetary system. Therefore, when one is undisturbed by the so-called favorable and unfavorable circumstances of this material world, he should be understood.
So I think so. We'll continue. So therefore, a devotee never deviates from his prescribed. Okay, yes, Mataji, please continue. I think you had dropped it. Are you good to read, Mataji? Okay. Yeah. So let me complete it. So therefore, yes, Mataji, please go ahead. I think you can read from therefore when one is.
Prabhuji, very feeble network issues. I'm
Okay,
sorry for
I will
Prabhuji.
continue.
Go ahead, Prabhuji.
I will continue, Mataji. So, therefore, a devotee never deviates from his prescribed duty of devotional service. The material qualities of jubilation and moroseness are present even in demigods, who are very highly situated in the upper planetary system. Therefore, when one is undisturbed by the so called favorable and unfavorable circumstances of this material world, he should be understood to be Brahmabhuta or self realized. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 18.54, Brahmabhuta prasannatma na sochiti na kanchiti. One who is transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. When one is undisturbed by my material circumstances, he should be understood to be in the transcendental stage, above the reactions of the three modes of the material nature. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So here, what is Bali Maharaj saying? Seeing the movements of the time, those who are cognizant of the real truth never rejoice nor lament for the different circumstances. Therefore, because you are jubilant due to your victory, you should be considered not very learned. So here, this is the what's the core of the today's session is going to be. So what is the theme of this sloka is the offenses cause destruction of the devotional service. So our offenses, anarthas, causes the destruction of the devotional culture. So we are practicing devotees and what we should do and what we should not do. So we have to learn it. We should not do any offenses. So here, Krishna, through the mouths of Bali Maharaj, is going to explain or to this point to all of us. Don't be offensive towards a struggling devotee. This Indra is also devotee. He is also like a practicing devotee. So compared to Bali Maharaj, Indra is a practicing devotee. He is a Kanishta Adhikari. So on the state of Bali Maharaj, of course, Indra is much more higher than what we can imagine for myself. He may be he is greater than me. But when it compares to the Bali Maharaj, Indra is struggling here. So he is struggling with the material desires. And he is speaking some nonsense, something else. I am doing this, I am doing that, I have to be recognized, I am in the power, I should be given so many things. So he is struggling with this anartha. And what should Bali Maharaj do? What should a fellow devotee do? So in our satsangs, we see so many devotees. So now some devotees are struggling, isn't it? So we are all doing we are expanding our satsangs in different communities. We are trying to help all the people. So in the Ratha Yatras, 40 Ratha Yatras, what we have conducted. So we helped the other devotee, right? So we did not criticize. You don't have any resources, so you cannot do Ratha Yatras. No, we did not do that. We all came to every Ratha Yatras. So all of you have supported all the Ratha Yatras. So a devotee has to support the other devotee, especially another devotee if another devotee is struggling. But what is Bali Maharaj doing over here? He is criticizing another devotee, Indra. Because you are jubilant due to your victory, you should not be considered very learned. So Bhagavad Gita says, what is learning? So we have seen that on the list, like text number 13.8 to 12. So this is what is called learning. False ego is one of the absence of false ego is also a subject of learning. Because we are having this ego, false ego, we are thinking that we are this material body. I am this body and I am the doer. Isn't it? So we think that we are this body and I am the doer. But it is prakriti kriyamani gune karmasi sarvasa. Ahankara vimudatama kartaham iti manyate. So it is a three modes of association with the three modes of material nature, we are doing it. So suppose if one is like this struggling struggling and came to the satsangs, and what we should do? Hey, didn't you hear Bhagavad Gita? Prakriti Kiramani. So you are not a doer. You are bound by this material world. You are unlearned. Is it what we have to tell? No. So we have to make comfortable place and try to help the devotee understand what he or she is going through. Help him or her to come out of this situation. But this Mali Maharaj here is not doing that. He is criticizing Indra. Because fundamental of we war is envy. We are all envious. If we what we should not do in satsang is we should not be envious and jealous towards other fellow devotee. Hey, he is doing so many satsangs. He has so many followers. I don't have any. So he is chanting nicely. I'm not able to chant properly. So we should not envy. We should help others and take help from others. This is what the purpose of satsangs is all about. So there are Acharya said critics. So we see the critics, right? So movie reviews, all those things we see it. So there are two types of criticism. One is constructive criticism, and there is another called destructive criticism. So there is one example of a constructive criticism. One story or real incident happened. So there was a pregnant mother. She was carrying. So because you know that Of course, Prabhujis don't know it. Old Matajis can know how difficult it is to carry. So she was undergoing so many problems in the pregnancy. There is no miscarriage, but so mood swings happen, all those things, baby kicks, all those things happen, not in comfortable position. She could not chant her rounds properly. She was initiated devotee, and she could not chant her rounds properly. After she delivered the baby, and that baby has become a toddler. It was having small baby walks. She came to that stage, but still she was not chanting the holy names. She has completely stopped the chanting at 16 rounds. One day, what happened? This baby stood up, is going step by step going. It picked up the chanting bag, and the baby took the chanting bag and gave it to the mother like this. She understood. Maybe my Guru Maharaj is speaking to this baby that now is the time to chant the holy names. Enough. Now you have taken break. That's all. The pregnancy is over. Now you have the baby right now outside. Now is the time to start your chanting. Normally, what happens when especially if I were in that place, I would have said, Mataji, what are you doing? You have stopped 16 knots. Don't you know that Prabhupada has said 16 knots is a mandatory? How you could stop this? You could not do it. I would have told that. But Acharya, I don't remember that who is this giving the lecture. So he was explaining that. So we should help the other devotee like this toddler helped his mother. Just what did he do? He picked up the chanting bag, gave it to the mother, and mother understood. Now is the time to chant the holy names. If we arrogantly says this is not right, this is not right, this is you are unlearned, you should do this, you should not do this, maybe that Mataji would have left this devotee circle. We would have made offense, right? And that is the result of our fall down. Just give the chanting back and remind that you have to do this. Similarly, we have to help the other devotees. This is what you have to do is you should not criticize the other devotees. Understand his or her position and try to help. But what is Mali Maharaj doing here? It is like a destructive criticism. Being a Mahajan, he is doing a criticism. Bali to Indra is saying, instead of helping him, he is acting in a demoniac way. That is the nature of demon. Demons always give a destructive criticism. It is easier to find faults in anybody. Kalir dosha nithe rajan. This material world is an ocean of fault findings. So you can find faults, n number of faults. Touch it, you will get a fault. But what it is easier. But what we have to do? We have to make the devotee come situated into the devotional path again. What happens? This fault finding tendency in other persons, even in the case of non-devotees, we find faults in non-devotees. What happens? These tendencies come into the satsang. We try to find faults in our devotees, ultimately find fault in spiritual master, find fault in Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thereby, we go away from the spiritual devotional culture. These offenses causes destruction in our spiritual culture. That is what we should not do. So we have to maximize. So we have to appreciate values of the devotees. So what we have to do to make our bhakti to grow faster is to appreciate values of the devotees, even if it is small or big. So there is no small or big in the devotional circle in spiritual. So just like Rama says, Rama for Rama, squirrel is important and Hanuman is equally important. Both are equally important. So whatever minor value a devotee has, glorify that. Progress or excel, we excel in devotional service very quickly. We have to minimize fault finding, like Bali Maharaj. Sometimes being a leader, we have to find faults. Yes, this is not happening rightly. We have to find faults. How we have to find faults so that we can correct it. Just like our parents find fault, right? They scold us so that we can excel in our life, right? So parents don't have any negative hatred in our on us. They find fault so that we can grow. Similarly, we can find fault provided we can help the devotee excel. If you don't have it, don't find faults in it. So we have to decide on what we have to do, whether we have to find faults or we have to appreciate the values. You cannot be in the middle. So we cannot be in the middle. I find faults and I have to do both. No. So either you are a devotee or you are a demon. You have a constructive criticism or a destructive criticism. So similarly, especially when we are preaching, we have to be very careful in our preaching. So in preaching, so preacher has struggles a lot. So you are all preachers in your own way. You know how preaching struggle is in the preaching. So at that preaching, we have to be very careful. Our pride starts coming. We should not judge other devotees. Only start judging when we can help them. So in this material world, everything happens under the influence of the time. Consequently, for a learned person who sees how things are taking place, there is no question of being sorry or happy because the waves of the material nature comes in. So there is a beautiful story in the Zen philosophy where a spiritual master and his servant is they are going along the river, and the servant sees some log of wood is coming because of the waves, and the servant was trying to grab that wood, but he was unable to grab it. So he was trying but unable to grab it. By the way of current, the log have passed away, and this servant was deeply in morose. This Zen spiritual master said, "Sir, why are you unhappy?" I said, "Master, I wanted to use this, but I could not get it. Now I'm unhappy." Similarly, in this ocean wave called time, so many people come and go, so many situations come and go, which may give us success and failure, happiness and distress. There is no question of being sorry or happy because of the waves. They come and then go. One who is fully conversant with the laws of nature is never jubilant or morose because of the nature activities. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna had tolerance. We have to even tolerate our happiness. Following this advice of Krishna, one should not be morose or unhappy because of circumstantial. All the other changes are circumstantial. This is a symptom of devotee. Then that is called Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma stage. The devotee carries out so whatever success or failure is coming in our life, our devotional service should not stop. Ahituke apradihata ye atma suprasidati. Ahitaki, unconditional and unmotivated. Today I am feeling to chant, I will chant. Tomorrow I don't want to chant, I will not. No, we should not do that. So whether we like it or not like it, we have to chant always. We have to execute our devotional service. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Therefore, a devotee never deviates from the prescribed duties of devotional service. The material qualities of jubilation and morosis are present in the demigod. Just like A Brahma Puranauka Punan Avartina Jana. Even if you go to the higher planetary systems, you may think that if I get nice and atmosphere, nice time, I will read Bhagavatam. If I go to the higher planetary system, sit beside Brahmadeva, now is the time I can read Bhagavatam. No. Even there, we are having jubilation and moroseness. In this jubilation, if we are affected by this jubilation and moroseness, we cannot progress in devotional service. We have to be tolerant to both of these. So therefore, when one is undisturbed by so-called favorable and unfavorable circumstances of this material world, he should be understood to be in Brahmabhuta. So I think you might be aware that His Grace Pranavananda Prabhu has in 18 days Bhagavad Gita, he conducted 18 days Bhagavad Gita. So in one of the sessions, he mentioned, if you are feeling any moroseness or if you are feeling any happiness, one thing you should do, pick up the bead bag and chant the holy names. Whether you are happy or unhappy, to tolerate that, pick up the chanting bag, do your rounds, extra rounds. We should not stop that. I have completed 16 rounds. Now I will not touch this bead bag till tomorrow morning. No, we can do it. So we can chant the holy names in all days. And only that is a place when we can tolerate our. If you don't chant the holy names, I personally have seen myself still regret for whatever unethical things which I am doing and I have done. So early thing which I could have done. This is personal instruction for me. So that whenever I feel any happiness or distress is coming, I try to remember the chant the holy name. Whether my beats are there or not, I try to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. There is some kind of improvement. So please pray that I can take this forward in my spiritual journey. So, in the interest of the time, let me read text number 9 to 16. There are no purports for that. So let's see what Indra Bali Maharaj is going to tell to all of us. You demigods think that your own selves are the cause of your attaining fame and victory. Because of your ignorance, saintly persons feel sorry for you. When you act ignorant, so when so many Maharajas, today His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu is going to come, and so many Maharajas came and are going to come, so many devotees are going to come, they feel sorry for all of us. Some, of course, they feel happy also. So we have seen, right? They're happy of our success. Sometimes they pray for us, seeing our some ignorance. We think that we are doing it. No. If we think we are not doing it, they are happy. If we think we are the doers, they pray for us. Let this devotee get the knowledge. Sukdev Goswami said, after thus rebuking Indra, king of heaven with sharp words, Bali Maharaj, who could subdue any other hero, drew back to his ear the arrows known as Naracharas and attacked Indra with these arrows. Then he again chastised Indra with strong words. Since Maharaj Bali rebukes were truthful, King Indra did not at all become sorry, just as an elephant beaten by driver's rod did not become agitated. When Indra, the defeater of the enemies, released his infallible thunderbolt scepter at Bali Maharaj with a desire to kill him, Bali Maharaj indeed fell to the ground with his airplane, like a mountain with its wings cut off. In many descriptions in the Vedic scripture literature, it is found that mountains also fly in the sky with the wings. When such mountains are dead, they fall to the ground where they stay as the last dead bodies. So in the olden days, mountains used to have the wings. So one classical example which we have encountered in the Sundarakanda, when Hanuman was jumped to find Sita, first encounter was with the Menaka Parvat. So Menaka Parvat comes flying, right? It's a huge mountain, comes flying. So it took the shelter of the Varuna Deva from the anger of Indra. Indra, because of certain offenses created by all these Parvatas, cut off all the wings of the Parvatas. And this Maneka took the shelter of the Varuna Deva, and it is in the submerged in the ocean. And not only that, it is guarding the pathway inside the ocean so that all from the Patala these demons should not enter. So you can see that, right? So there is an explanation in various places where mountains used to fly. So that was what mentioned over here. So when the demon Jambasura saw that his friend Bali had fallen, he appeared before Indra, the enemy, just to serve Bali Maharaj with friendly behavior. The greatly powerful Jambasura, carried by a lion, approached Indra and forcefully struck him on the shoulder with his club. He also struck Indra's elephant. Being beaten by the Jambasura's club, Indra's elephant was confused and aggrieved, touched its knees. Does it touch its knees to the ground and fell unconscious. Therefore, Matali, Indra's chariot driver, brought Indra's chariot, which was drawn by the 1,000 horses. Indra then left his elephant and go to the chariot. Hare Krishna. So today it was. So this is what was assigned to me. So till 16 slokas was given to me. So to summarize, so you have to make we have friendship with our mind and start doing our chanting of the holy names, all the devotional service, irrespective whether we are happy or unhappy, whatever it may be, we have to continue our own journey in the devotional service. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Sochiti Na Kankshati. So for that, we have to be trained in Krishna consciousness. For the training, the satsangs are important. We have to attend the satsangs regularly, chant the holy names, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and all the other activities. So, second thing we have seen is the offenses cause the destruction. How Bali Maharaj, negative criticism towards a fellow, instead of helping Indra, he was criticizing. So, we all have to give a constructive criticism, help the devotees flourish in their bhakti, but we should not stop their bhakti. So, offenses cause destruction in our devotional culture. We should not offend any free Maya and pray to Krishna to rule our heart. It is only you have to pray to Krishna. Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam raja aham sarva papebhyo mokshami masuchaha. So we all have to pray to the lotus feet of Krishna so that he uproots all the bad qualities inside our heart, and that good qualities come up, and we become a nice devotee in the service of Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I request all the senior devotees like Lilananda Prabhu, Giriraj Prabhu, all the people, please add something to this lecture. Please forgive me if I have spoke anything wrong. We know that Bhagavatam is a Rasamalayam, so much nectar is there in this Bhagavatam. I think even an atom of drop of this rasa, if I shared, please bless me for that. If anything wrong I have committed, please forgive me for that. I request the senior devotees who are assembled over here to add some points to this. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Leland Prabhu, Giriraj Prabhu. Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danda Pranam, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Saraswati Maji, Giriraj Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Santosh Aditya Prabhu. I am also following that highlighter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nicely done. Very good.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So it's all your association is keeping me alive in this bhakti. Please pray for me that I should not deviate. I should not commit any offenses at the holy lotus feet of all the great Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Please pray me for that. So if there are no questions, shall we stop it here?
You are on time.
Yes.
Jai.
Thank you.
Thank
Hare Krishna. So, Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavanda ki jai. Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
All the assembled devotees ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
you.
Thank you.
Good day,
Thank you
Santosh
so much. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Danda
Krishna.
Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Santosh Aditya Prabhu ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.